Huge game, first against second. You've always had a real enthusiasm for big games this season. You must feel very enthusiastic about this.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. I mean, we should be on for if not a record crowd, a very good crowd, and for a Friday night on television. Yeah, and I think it's great for Wolves as well. You know, I've said before, when people were having a dig at the money that they'd spent, etc., I think it's great. That, you know, I was at Scarborough, the first game of the season, when that kid, you know, Wolves fan fell through the roof, and they were in the bottom division. So they've had a rough time, Wolves, and I think that, you know, all credit. Everybody says, you know, they're the best team in the league. We've only, you know, played against them once, and we did quite well against them that night. But, you know, I think it'll be a cracking game. I can't see anything. You know, I watched that game last night, and you know, somebody said, "Oh, I bet it'll." The day before, I heard somebody saying, "Well, everybody, all the expectations, it'll be a drab 0-0 draw," and I thought, "No way, not in a million years." And I can't see this one being anything other than entertaining, because you know they'll be at full strength now. The lads will be back, and I think they've got some very, very good players, as you can see with you know what the type of value that you put on some of these players. You know, it's. The Portuguese lads have done brilliant, haven't they? And the backbone of the team, the English lads, have revelled in it as well. So it's a great mixture, really. And I'm looking forward to, you know, our team, our lads, probably from a different market, but we're looking forward to pitting our wits against them, really. I think it's you've got to enjoy nights like this. This is what we're in it for.
You've taken 19 points from your last 7 games. They've only taken 13 from 7. You're the form team here, aren't you?
Well, we might be the form team. I don't think we're favourites. I think you'd have to say Wolves are favourites with the way they are. You know, not just the position in the league. You don't become the top of the league without being the best team. And yes, everybody has ups and downs. They know that. Everybody, you know, we lost 4 in December, didn't we? So it's one of those things that I think they're slightly favourites. But I think our lads are looking forward to the challenge. I think it's the challenge of people like Wolves and Villa. And games like this between now and the end of the season that we've got to revel in, really, and sort of bring, you know, welcome the atmosphere, because, you know, we all need to play in front of that and push ourselves in those sort of atmospheres.
What kind of job do you think their manager's done this season? And did you vote for him as manager of the season in the Championship?
No, I didn't vote for him. I think he's done a great job, you know, because in the form it says, you know, with all you've got to vote for people that have got you feel have done more with what they've got, etc. It's not just about being top of the league. I voted for Neil Harris, if I'm honest. I think he's done a remarkable job with, you know, very limited resources. But I think Nuno's done a great job. I know how he feels. You know, when I was at QPR, we won the league easily. And I think Paul Lambert got it at Norwich, who'd spent more money than me. But they said that, you know, we were the money bags. I think they were talking about my owners, not what I'd spent. So I was a bit peeved. You know, I was disappointed, if I'm honest. Because, I mean, this is the first thing I've ever won as well, you know. So it's great for the lads, you know, to know that we've well thought of. You know, I couldn't have done this without the boys. And we've got 6 games to go. I'm sure that we're going to do the best we can to finish as high as we can.
Surprised that your personal recognition wasn't reflected in the team itself?
Well, as I said to the players yesterday, I asked for a round of applause, and they didn't know what I was asking it for, and I said it's for me, for getting the manager of the year. I said, especially with you lot. How did I do it with you lot? Not one of you was in the team. So we had a good laugh about it. I think everybody, you know, obviously I'm disappointed. I think there's 2, maybe 3 players outstanding this season who've been the best in the league by an absolute mile of any team. But sometimes when you fill the forms in February, it's very difficult, you know, for managers. I mean, if Neil Harris won the next 6-7 games and got promotion, you know, he'd be manager of the year by a mile. So it's difficult when you do an early one. And a lot of the players, the foreign players, etc., you know, probably don't even know who our centre-halves are, or who Junior Oilert is, or somebody else like that. Are you with me? So it is difficult, and sometimes not the best team gets selected. I suppose same with the manager, but you just have to do that's the rules and regulations. So you have to go on with it.
It's perfect for you, isn't it? A little bit of a snub, a little bit of edge going into the last few games.
Yeah, I mean the lads they don't really need anything like that, really. There'll probably be a little bit of banter from the lads who didn't expect to get anywhere near the team. You know, probably ribbing the likes of Sol and Junior, you know. I think Rolls has had a good season as well, but he's obviously injured at the moment. So there's so many good pluses in our team. You know, for me, they're all player of the seasons. The lads, you know, Etheridge has improved every game. You've got Bruno playing out of his skin, and Moser, and Bennett's is playing as well as he's ever played at the moment since I brought Traore in. Ken's playing back to normal since I brought Medine in. It's you know, the competition's been fabulous, really. And that's what's given us that little bit of to keep surviving in that up in the top end there.
If you win tomorrow, 3 points behind with a game in hand, can you win the championship? Is that a target for you?
Not really. I think we still. I know it. You know, we look at it another point and we're definitely in the playoffs. And we're not going to deviate now from. I don't think we're going to get on a high thinking about what we could do. I think it's just the challenge of beating a very good side, the best side in the league. I think that's what we're up against, and that's what we're going to try and give it our best shot tomorrow night. I don't think we can think. You guys can think about what if and that, but you know, Wolves and Villa. You know, some people might not give us any chance of any points in those games. So we've just got to, you know, push on and try and get as many as we can in these next few weeks.
Just lastly for me, Neil, the fitness of some of the injured players, Joe Rolls, Jazz Richards.
Yeah, Jazz won't. He's had his. I don't know whether I told you. I know he had to have an operation. Did I say that, Christy? Did I tell you? He's had to have his plate out now because the plate has been caused. We thought he'd done it, fractured it again, but he hasn't. It's the plate that's caused the problem. So he had the plate out last week, and he's feeling a lot better. So he'll probably be another couple of weeks. Might just be able to help us in those last few games. Joe was sprinting around yesterday, so we don't know about Joe yet. We're going to have a look at him later on today and just make an assessment of that. I can't think of anybody else. Connolly's almost fit as well. He should be back in the pack as well. So no, everybody, you know, fit and raring to go.